RDTDaily.com presents a Tarabuster with comedian Tara Devlin.
All right, where am I? Nice. Hello, everybody. How's it going? I see the chat room filling up. Hello. Well, I see Jim in the chat room. This is Tara Devlin. Thank you so much for hanging out. Thank you, Jim, for your super chat already right out of the gate. I know, right? As a Dem, Jim says, I no longer understand winning, and this is good. Thank you, Jim, for the sound check. That's great. Yes, everybody's this is a community show, so we need each other. And I can't do it without you. So thank you so much for hanging out. And let me think. What am I going to say? Oh yes, let's just do the little bit of a plug here. This is unapologetic liberal talk. And if you can please, if you want to hang out, and celebrate last night's victory over fascism, it's not completely a done deal, but red wave is averted, and we may hold on to the House. I don't know. They keep saying we might lose it, and if we do, it will only be by the slimmest of margins, which will also require McCarthy, Kevin McCarthy, to not. I mean, he'll have to work across the aisle in some form or fashion. And it's not really that bad if we lose the House, because not just because of the slim margin, but also that it will be a clown show. If they hold the majority, it will be a clown show, and that will only push more normal people into into democracy, into the arms of the Democrats. And hopefully the Democrats will stop, like Jim's saying on the chat. I no longer understand winning. We've been beaten down. You understand, right? Are you tired of winning yet? Arthur says on the chat. I'm not tired. I want more. But so let's see. This is unapologetic liberal talk on the right side of history, decency, dignity, democracy, humanity. We meet here. We have a regular show on Friday evenings, but we try to get together at least once a week during the week to check in and have some therapy for the resistance. And it was good. I was first let me just do the damn plugs. So SoundCloud, iTunes, Stitcher, all the places you can find the show. Please give the show a good review on iTunes. Also, we're back on APS Radio News, which is an independent media station and news aggregate. So run by an incredible person. I'm very proud to be on APS Radio News, and the more the merrier. So if you check it out, check out APS Radio News and tell Charlie that Tara sent you. All right, guys, and we're on Rokfin, also on Rokfin. That helps. There's some stuff going on over there. If you can become a free member and get some bundled shows, but you could also become a paying member for other more exclusive content. All right, what am I saying? I feel like I'm forgetting something. That's why I'm kind of hesitating. All right, whatever, it doesn't matter. This is a fun night. In fact, yesterday, Mark C and I were chatting a little bit over text, and I couldn't watch the news. I had to turn it off. I have to tell you, I didn't watch TV at all. I mean, I peeked a little here and there, but I couldn't take it. I felt such anxiety, and the way I was looking at it was like, I can't follow this all night and not get any sleep. And the way I was looking at it was sort of like pulling off a Band-Aid. I didn't, you know what I mean? Like, let me just see what happened in the morning and let it hit me all at once. I guess I'm traumatized, and maybe you guys can relate to, traumatized about what happened in 2016, right? I remember I was on a podcast that night, and we all expected to celebrate. And as the results were coming in, it was like, whoa, what's happening? You mean Donald Trump? What, he's gonna win? And then as the states started of all the states that the Democrats needed to win to win the presidency were going to the Republic. It was trauma. It was trauma, and I think the trauma. Of course, we've discussed this before, but it's because when I think about why was I so upset. Not only, because I'm not a complete moron, but I also, it was very upsetting to understand, to have that practical validation that there were so many racists and, horrible people in the world, in the country. So, but they're everywhere. You know what I mean? Oh, you can't vilify them. Yeah, you're damn right I can. Because you know what's wrong with them. That's what's wrong with them. They're racist. It comes down, they hate that. Oh, you're just going to call me racist. Because you are. That's why we call you racist. Anyone who comes down an escalator and starts a political campaign, not that, you don't have to come down and come off the sidewalk, come out of an Uber and start your political campaign calling a minority group rapists and stirring that hatred against minority groups. That all Americans should have recoiled from that and recognized it for what it was and is and continues to be. And so the only one who won, I suppose, last night was Ron DeSantis. They keep talking about how, Ron DeSantis had a big night. It is disturbing that, he won the governorship by a squeaker and now, pulled out a decisive win, which doesn't bode well. Of course, they're all talking about how, all the pundits are talking about how, well, the Democrats can take that out of the purple column. Florida's now Republican. Okay. Will that bullshit sell nationwide? I know that the cover of the Post today, the New York Post, Rupert Murdoch's rag, that is it's only in New York to turn New Yorkers against their better interests. This is what Republicans do. The New York Post it's never turned a profit, but as we know, profit is not in their business model. Their business model is fascism and making dumbasses vote for their own demise. So, but the cover of the New York Post today has Ron DeSantis on it, and it says "the future," like DeSantis the future. So it's going to be fun, to tell you the truth. That's what I'm going to enjoy, the fight between Trump and DeSantis and the Republicans eating each other. That's going to be great, because maybe that's what it's going to take, partly. But, I don't know if DeSantis's book burning and his other, all the other dirty tricks, his election police, the lies, the filth, the disgusting, just him, he's disgusting. He's like, I don't even know how to describe it. He's got no personality. It's just this lump. He reminds me of a lumpy toddler with a dirty diaper walking around. So anyway, I'm just looking at my neck. It's all red. Yeah, I don't think it will go nationwide. Mark says on the chat, DeSantis' appeal won't go nationwide. He's whiny. He's a whiny, entitled fascist doughboy with no charisma. Exactly. I don't get it. I don't. But as you saw the Republicans, they're sick. Yeah, and I mean, just keep it up, assholes. I mean, every time they open their mouth, they prove me right, of course, but they prove who they are. They're not fit. And I don't just mean, physically. They're mentally, spiritually unfit, morally unfit to hold leadership positions in a modern nation. I can't take it. So, yeah, well, I live in New York. Last night, of course, there was hope. Lee Zeldin, this whiny little pasty-faced fascist who, well, all that Republicans do is fearmonger. They have no solutions. Hold on. Let me lower that. They don't have any solutions to fix anything. They're not looking to make anything safe. This is what in Lee Zeldin's world, the New York City is Mad Max world. It's Escape from New York world with Snake Plissken. But that's what they need. They want people to, destroy each other. They like that. That's why, I don't know. I mean, who won New York? Well, Lee Zeldin won in the typical places. Long Island, which is not a bad, there's nice houses and everything out on Long Island. But they're just they're Fox News dupes. And Staten Island, of course, where I grew up, and I knew that was going to happen because they're dumbasses. I lived there. It comes out of their own mouths. I don't live there now, thankfully. I got the hell out of there. But I lived there for my formative years, from the age of 4 until I was, in my late 20s. And it's the scene of the crime. That's how I look at it, because they are the Republicans. I mean, here's the thing with Staten Island: they are Fox News victims. They really are. They're all on some kind of socialist security, and then this is the way they are: Social Security, disability. They have no ability they're not self aware in whatever form. Everything is outside, pointing the finger at somebody else. They have no ability to, I don't know what it is, to to look themselves in the mirror, because I could tell you so many stories about people on Staten Island that are so vehemently dumbass and against socialism. This is the thing. The liberals and the socialists, and I constantly hear about that shit. And they're on Social Security. You know what I mean? It is such a cliche, but it's real. I could tell you examples. A woman who's a friend of one of my where I used to, when I grew up, my next door neighbors, they still live there. They're in their, I guess, pushing 80 at this point. They're like a second set of parents for me, and I still speak to them. And they're normal people, they're Democrats, and they talk about how, they all love Trump out here, and how one of her friends, she was saying, is hates Democrats, hates Biden, and hates Obamacare. All during Obama, they just, Obamacare, communism, they're all, but her fucking daughter's on, has special needs and is on a complete Social Security disability, everything, that a roof over her head because of Social Security disability, because of the social safety net that Democrats fought for, that the Republicans opposed, and that Republicans continue to attack and try to dismantle. It's so unbelievably typical. And then I told you guys about another person I know. Wait, hold on. I have to take a drink. And because you guys know I'm in recovery, and I can't, I'm not really supposed to say, but when you go to the community of recovering people, that's I guess what I could say, and you meet all types of characters and whatnot, and so there's one guy. I think of him because he's whatever. He's typical, but he's in recovery. And he used to be an IV drug user. That was his drug, right? Of choice was heroin. And he's clean, many, many years now. God bless him by the grace of God, all that shit, right? And, but every freaking time he would open his mouth, it would all, somehow they can't control themselves. You know how it is, like it weaves around, somehow weaves into how liberals are doing something to destroy something, right? And I'm like, isn't this fucking guy like on see, he's got HIV, right? He got HIV. He's been living with HIV for many years. He's not gay. He's not in the typical, but he was an IV drug user, so he's got a family, right? He's a success story in many ways, but he hates liberals, but he is fucking alive because of liberals. He's on disability. He's on Medicaid. He gets his drugs that are keeping him alive because of, liberals. It's incredible. And I don't know. What do you say to somebody like that? It's incredible, though, right? And even so, a lot of times I would, share about the little, my little online spats. Not really, I don't know, spats. Well, you go on that Nextdoor app, and so there's a lot of people on there are celebrating Lee Zeldin's defeat. And and the thing is with that Nextdoor app, the thing about that Nextdoor app is you're supposed to be, it's supposed to foster respect. That's part of the thing there. Like, don't get political. Don't be mean. It's not this ain't Elon Musk's Twitter. So they try to foster, and I guess I would think that's a good idea if you're in a Nextdoor app, because you gotta, in order to get into the app, you can't just go into any neighborhood. You have to go to your own neighborhood. So you're in with people and it could really backfire if they didn't have that. You could turn the whole goddamn neighborhood against each other, I would think, right? So they really have to nail that down. So, and I agree. Why should we be fucked up to each other? Okay, whatever. But, so, of course, where the fuck is it? I'll show you. People are like, great, Lee Zeldin is defeated. Congratulations, we narrowly defeated. Was it that narrow, though? I don't know. We defeated fascism by beating Lee Zeldin, somebody wrote. And let's see. So, of course, some of these Republicans, they can't handle it. They're like, sure, we defeated fascism to bring in communism. And with all caps, communism. And I'm like, you guys, you really need a new shtick, man, with this fucking communism shit. And then, of course, I go and look at the guy's photo, and he's obviously a socialist security recipient. He's in that, he's in that age range. And he's, clearly socialist security, socialist Medicaid, or Medicare, I should say, and they're just so damn typical. Communism. We voted for communism. What's communism? what's you talk about Joe fucking Biden here. Where's the communism? They never have any examples. This is the thing that drives me insane in general. Give me an example. It's like the whole both sides shit that they do, that the corporate media does all the time. And speaking of the corporate media, one of my great what's that word? I mean, this the much to my eternal frustration, the corporate media. I really believe if the corporate media, it is the corporate media's fault that we're so divided and that there are so many dumbasses running around unfettered. Let me just show you something. Hold on. But before I begin with that, and now I'm annoying. The corporate media got it wrong. No wonder I couldn't watch TV last night, right? I couldn't pay attention because I just can't stand it. I can't stand the both sides. I can't stand the polls, the constant polling of people's ignorance. When you're all that time that they have to poll people, they have to. That's time that they could be informing them. Do a segment on the Affordable Care Act or health care around the world, right? Do a segment on that the United States pays the most for prescription drugs, or what is it like? How in other countries? How much do they pay? Let's do that story. Do a story about how the German car companies or I can't talk. All corporations have to have labor representatives on their board of directors. These are that's the law. Do a story about how in other countries all jobs pay living wages, or they don't get to run a business. Because what's the point? What's the meaning of an economy? And it really does come down to that. And this is where I hope we can break through as a country. You know what I mean? And one of the things that it's good to know that even though, we are the majority, but and the Republicans they won in the places that they completely gerrymandered. So we have to watch out for that. So, but what was I saying? See, I lost my train of thought. Okay, hold on. I'll get it back. But it's all over the place. I'm just all over the place. But let's see. What was I saying? We were talking about it's good that, well, we have a lot of work to do. Let's put it this way. And I was talking about the corporate media. Yes, it's that this fucking both sides shit. This both sides up in the polls, down, and the constant bashing of Democrats. That's the thing I couldn't handle. And that's why I couldn't watch television last night, because I just can't take it with the constant. It really is an assault on democracy all the time. Why? Why would I don't know why. You know what it is? It's like even when they even this morning when they were saying, "Oh, Ron DeSantis had a big win last night," they present Ron DeSantis as if he isn't a fascist, as if he's a legitimate candidate with all of his, maybe he is now in the Republican Party. You have to be a filthy fascist. But, his speech, after all of the Republicans in their speeches, whether they were defeated or they won, they have absolutely no grace in any of them. They're bullies. They're divisive. They're never about unity. That's Ron DeSantis. He's gonna fight the woke. We'll fight the woke in the street. Who the fuck are you talking about? You know, when Democrats, when they're like, yeah, we're going to make sure no one has to needlessly die without health care. And yes, Republicans, if you didn't vote for me, I'm going to be the president or the governor or the whoever for you too. You hear that across the board with Democrats. They're not like, we're going to fight the fucking racists. Well, maybe they will. Or that we're going to, well, how would they say that against everybody should fight the racists. But, you know, they're not like, picking up this canard, this fucking straw man. We're gonna fight the woke. What the hell does that mean? You know what that means? It means that we're going to be what we are, a bunch of douchebags, constantly, incessantly. We're not gonna abandon that divisiveness. We're going to fight the woke, meaning we're going to burn books. We're going to tell you what you can read. We're going to attack trans kids and people in general. We're going to make sure that Democrats are considered evil, right? We're going to fight the woke? What the fuck are you talking about? See, that's not a thing like everything else they talk about, right? Like, where's the death panels? And I'm really glad. And notice, I hope that Democrats are listening to me. Some of them might be. Not that Obama is, but in one of Obama's speeches, he said, he talked about the death panels. He's like, where the hell are the death panels? We've had Obamacare for 10 years. Where are the death panels? That's what Democrats should say. Where are the fucking death panels? Where are all these promises of doom that never come to fruition? Everything they talk about, it never happens. But we constantly get assaulted. Oh, we got rid of fascism, but we brought in fucking communism. This dumb ass says, what are you talking about? This dumbass on socialist security, on socialist Medicare, and then they'll, you know what the response would be if they say, well, you know, you love socialism, so okay. They'll say, I earned it. I paid for it. Well, what do you think socialism is, you dummies? Not you guys. I'm talking about the idiot on next door. What is socialism? You know? I mean, and the other thing is, you know, I mean, come on. What is more socialist than pledging your life, fortune, and sacred honor to your fellow countrymen? That's what we're trying to do. Isn't that what the founders did? Right? How else are we going to do this thing? I mean, and Republicans are, they love socialism, and the problem it really is that they are racist. That's what it comes down to. It's really a shame, but it's true. They want socialism. They want all the benefits of civilization. They just don't want any responsibilities that we have to each other. We're going to fight the woke. We're going to fight them in the streets. We're going to fight the woke in the fucking fields. We're going to fight them on the beaches. We're going to fight, like, what? Fuck you. How about, you know, make sure that no one, I don't know, dies without health care. Maybe open some fucking clinics. Do something that doesn't suck. Ron DeSantis. Ron DeSanctimonious? These, oh my God. This is going to be fun watching. That's what, for those who don't know, that's what Donald Trump called Ron DeSantis. But here, I want to show something. Where is it? Oh, Claire McCaskill. I was watching MSNBC and all the pundits. But, you know, the other thing is they keep saying, at least they can admit somewhat, how they got it wrong, you know, because they're like, you know, the media got it so wrong. What are you talking about? You're the media. The media got it so wrong. They kept saying that, you know, that women they were over that whole abortion thing. they got used to being not in complete control of their bodily autonomy. Yeah, they're really worried about gas prices and telling us how historical headwinds are against the Democrats. They're going to get trounced. Here's another fucking poll. A poll. Who are you polling? No one ever polled me. And I mean, that's what she said. But yeah, you know what I mean? We don't want to talk about my sex life. I am, whatever. Okay, here's Claire McCaskill.
I do think that we need to be mindful that just as we've made many mistakes in the black community, assuming it's monolithic, I think some Democratic operatives were making mistakes assuming that the Latino community was monolithic, and it's not. And what really hurt in Florida, I mean, let's just put it out there.
Let's do it.
The big S word, socialism. A lot of those immigrants came from countries because they wanted to get away from socialism. They came from countries where socialism was the norm, and they thought it stunk. And they came to America to get away from it. So when that word started getting used by the Republicans unfairly, but nonetheless, there was just enough there they could twist it around. That's really had more to do with what happened with the Latino population in Miami-Dade than any rejection of the Democratic.
And that and no Democratic Party, though. There's no Democratic Party infrastructure in Miami-Dade.
If there is no election that Democrats either win or lose where they don't take the lesson as we must go further right. Am I wrong? What is she talking about? See, there she goes again, conflating, because what the Republicans do, she's validating the Republican talking point. You know, everything's socialism, communism, socialism, fascism. You know, they throw everything in under one umbrella, and that people fled. You know, they're talking about the Cubans. They fled Cuba. They fled the socialist country. No one wants the United States to be Cuba. That's who but the Republicans sure want to keep the low information, ignorant voters in their base. And anyone else who isn't informed, they want them to think that any attempt to promote the general welfare is this somehow slippery slope into Castro's goddamn Cuba. So, except that's not the case. And there goes Claire McCaskill again. You know, we got to talk about that S word again. And what would be the best thing to do, right? If Claire really wanted to confront this issue, why don't you ask somebody, what is socialism? And then inform them, educate them. You like that socialist security, though, right? You like that socialist Medicare. And instead of, playing into the Republican hands as usual, that's what they're doing. You embrace it. You say, yeah, I sure do like the general welfare. There's nothing more socialist than pledging your life, fortune, and sacred honor to each other. And all they're doing is scaring you with this word when it's not what we're not doing what they say we're doing. You know, democracy needs to be, corporations need to be regulated for there to be democracy. And is that socialism? There has to be some kind of, e pluribus unum involved. What's more socialist than that? Out of many, one? That sounds fucking downright communist. But that's not what people are saying. All we're trying to do is have a system that works for more than just the 1%. That's all it's about. Regulate corporations. Pay your fair fucking share. You know, no, everybody knows that it's not fair that corporations ride our socialist streets. They use our socialist infrastructure. They use our socialist court system to enforce their corporations and their laws. And I mean, when to have their fucking lawsuits and shit. They use our infrastructure, but they don't pay for it. I have to pay my taxes. Yeah, everybody pays their taxes. The taxes are the price of admission to a civilized nation. But according to Republicans, it's tyranny. And there you go again. It's like that magical thinking. They want all the benefits of civilization, but none of the responsibilities. You know what I mean? These are the same people that are all like, whatever. Thinking like, work. You got to work. Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. So what do you think paying your taxes is? Yeah, you're paying the price of admission for a civilized society. So when I go out, there is an infrastructure. There's an infrastructure for all of us that we take for granted. I mean, like I say, I turned on my tap and there was the water. I didn't go out and dig a fucking well. I made some coffee. I'm not going to get explosive diarrhea because some goddamn socialist inspected the water. There's a standard. You know what I mean? And these are the things. Once we take care of the basic needs of society, that's the infrastructure of democracy. And that's what the Democrats should talk about. They cry socialism. We're building the infrastructure of democracy, and they're tearing it down. What do you think the interstate highway system is? Every leap forward we take as a country, every advancement, everything that actually makes this country great, the Republicans hate. If it's nothing except make the rich richer, that's it. And another thing Obama said recently was something about, let me see, I think I put it on my Instagram page, about a tax cut. This is the way and we know Obama's not like, to my eternal frustration, Obama was no FDR. Oh yeah, he was a traitor to his class, that's for sure, but the middle class, unfortunately. But he was no FDR, right? So where is it? I was hoping he would be. Yeah, he said, if there was an asteroid headed towards Earth, they would all get in a room and say, you know what we need? A tax cut for the wealthy. It's true. That's Obama. Yeah, they have no answers other than to cut taxes on the wealthy and to cut socialist security. Absolutely. Let's hear their answer. What are they going to do about inflation? We keep hearing about, we've heard forever. Inflation, gas prices. What's their solution? What's their solution? Exactly. Tommy Smith on the chat. I want Chuck Grassley's benefits. Yeah, they all vote benefits for themselves. Benefits for life for these fuckers. That's it. If Lauren banned from the bowling alley Boebert loses tonight, and God, please, God, it's me, Tara. Remember me, God? Please make her lose legally and peacefully. I can't believe that. That's great, right? Hold on. Let me see what's happening. Lauren Boebert. She might lose her seat. It makes it all worth it. Boebert. I mean, the other thing, why is she not losing? Why is it not a blowout? That goes to show you, right? How sick some people are. This is a person that can't get along with her neighbors. That is a menace to her neighborhood. Let's see. Lauren Boebert. I'm just going to look up Lauren. Because the last I looked, the ban from the bowling alley Boebert was behind the Democrat by 79 votes. And there were still counties coming in, but it was counties they thought favored the Democrat. Woo-wee! Woo-wee! Let me see. Let's look on Twitter if this has been called 70-something votes. That would be amazing. Unfortunately, perjury trader Green won. Oh, please. Who votes for her? Who votes for them? That's what's so depressing. Right? Let me see. Lauren Boebert. Oh, Boebert is trending. Maybe it's for good news. Let's see. Latest. Let's look at the latest. People are just saying, bye-bye, Boebert. Red wave turned into red mud. Red mud puddle. You out, babe? Will you put that gun to use? Someone tweeted. Look at this. With 90%, this was 13 seconds ago, but I don't know. I mean, it's on Twitter. With 90% reporting, Lauren Boebert's home county is breaking for her opponent by 14 points. That's because they know her. To know her is to hate her. The people of her neighborhood all hate her. She's a fucking menace. Her kids are menaces. They're little brats that run around menacing the neighborhood. And her husband is a drunk who vandalizes the neighbor's property. They think they are, they own everything. They're disgusting. They were unfit. If you can't get along with your neighbors, you want to be a representative. It says it all. If you can't, you know what I mean? I know that some people have horrible nightmare stories about their neighbors. This is a different case. She's not nice. She's not trying to be nice to her neighbors. She's a menace. She lets her kids ride around in these SUV things, flying up and down the road. And that was the story that was why the husband went after the neighbors. He started vandalizing everyone's mailboxes. Can you believe these fucking people? That's how you behave? One of the neighbors said, "Slow down," to the kid. And he was like, "Fuck you." This is a teenager, a young teenager, like a not even older teenager, like a 12-year-old, 13-year-old. That's who you're raising. Aren't they amazing people? And then the father, the one who exposed himself, his reportedly underwhelming penis to teenage girls at a bowling alley when he was on a date with Lauren, and Lauren's parents were there to meet her new man. So it was like one of those, it was, first impressions that you can't ever get back. That first impression that Jason Boebert gave his future in-laws was that he exposed his reportedly underwhelming penis to underage girls at the bowling alley that they were at. What the fuck? And Lauren wrote in one of her ghostwritten books. I don't know if she has numerous. I think it's just one book that she paid somebody to ghostwrite for her, no doubt. Because she sucks. She can't write. She failed the GED 4 times. You think these people don't write books? Everything is marketing for them. That's it. So she can write. She can have a book ghostwritten, and then some conservative think tank will buy up reams and reams of these books to give away in some CPAC convention as a freebie in a grab bag, and then they can say New York Times bestseller. instead of actually writing a New York Times bestseller, because that would take work and talent. They don't have time for that. They don't have the ability. So, and they don't have the time. They would much rather do other things, like I don't know, hang out in a wine cave and plot the death of democracy. It's really that's what they do. They're not. They're everything's a scam to them. Everything's a show. They can't. That's why I always say, just be the thing you want to be. Don't be, don't be whatever. Don't be a hater. Just fucking do it. Write a book. See if you could put it on the New York Times bestseller list. You think you could? Think you could do it legitimately? Lauren, who the hell would want to buy her book? Either. Who? Who is like, oh, I can't wait for Lauren's Banned from the Bowling Alley book to come out, where she excuses herself of all the petty crimes she's committed. And of course, she comes out as the hero in every petty arrest. She's not getting arrested like at the Save the Whales rally or something. She's getting arrested because she sucks. She's drunk. She's driving her truck into a ditch. She's, in one arrest was she interfered with the police who were ticketing underage kids for drinking at a festival or something, and she got involved. She stuck her big, fat Republican nose where nobody wanted it, and she's a belligerent little bitch. And she was like telling the kids to run from the police, and that's why she got arrested for interfering with the cops, whatever the charge is. And then she also got arrested for not showing up to court because she loves America, right? And this is who they vote for? Let's hope she's gone. Gone girl. Oh my God, I can't see where. Let me see. All right. You know who's looking at me right now? Who is not banned from the bowling alley? Wait. Where's my other camera? We know who. Guess who's back? Junior's back. Junior's back. Junior, he's showing off. Come here. Watch. Let me see. Give me that paw. Hello. See? Cats and humans living together in perfect harmony. Can I have your paw? Cats and humans, see, can live together in perfect harmony. All right, you're a pain in my ass. Banned from the bowling alley. Tara and Tara Jr. can live together in perfect harmony. Look at his face. Look at your face. Can you give me your paw? I want that paw. Thank you. Thank you. It's a cat cam. Not a very good angle on me, but it's cute for the cat. All right, now he's biting me. No. No. No biting. No biting. That's what I don't know how many times I say all day. No biting. No biting. Look at him. Now he's going after the cat cam. He's going after, he's trying to put his scent all over it. Like it's his, like he owns the joint. Right? He's a good boy. When he's not, though. Even though he's so annoying. I love him. He's a crank. He's an old man. What do you want? He's my old man, though. All right, old man. I'm putting you over here. We got work to do. Stop. Produce from over here. Produce from over here. Look at him. He's so funny. It is his cam. He's got his own cam. I have to get some more cams in here, maybe. Well, Francis. I can get a Francis cam. Get a Ray cam. It's that socialism. You know, we gotta say that word no one wants to say. That big bad word. Socialism. That no one knows what it is. Let's go to the polls. What do you think, low information voter? I just don't like socialism. Excuse me while I cash my socialist security and my daughter gets her disability payments. I should do direct deposit like my husband, who gets his unemployment insurance benefits through the direct deposit system. But, you know, I still get checks. I'm old school with my patriotism and hate of socialism. Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, not a single Republican they suck. They just suck. Every single one of them. And I don't get who votes for Marco Rubio. What a horrible person he is. And he barely shows up to the Senate. And he's always complaining about it too. He complains on Twitter about having to fly and I gotta go in and do my job. Oh, well, you'd like to go in and just go to some cocktail party where some billionaire greases the wheels to fascism. That's what his job is, and he can pretend to look around and see, who should I act like now? Should I be like Trump? Should I fight the woke? Should I be somebody who stands up to a democracy denying con man? Let me see. I think I have. Let me see, Rubio. I think I have some old clips of these filthy fascist Republicans when they were anti-Trump. And here's the thing. My real concern is if the Republicans do abandon Trump. I don't want them to abandon him. I want them to fight. I find that, and I know if democracy dies, it will be the corporate media's fault, because they present fascism. They do, but they present DeSantis as an alternative, as a reasonable alternative, and all morning. This morning they were Joe Scarborough. I guess they were joking about it, but it was saying like, Republicans, will you ever learn? Trump is a loser. And DeSantis is the future of the party. They were saying things like this, and I don't know. It reminds me of how, we've talked about it before. This is how democracies die. All we needed. You see, our saving grace with Trump was that he was and is a disgusting waste of human DNA that can control itself. And I think that DeSantis would be a far more cunning piece of shit, right? So, what was I looking at? Yeah, all of them are horrible. Like, here's Oh, look. Did I not? Let me see. Oh, shit. Oh, man. Did I fuck that up? Wait a minute. I could probably find it on. I made a mistake. Oh, I thought I had this clip. It was perfect, but I think I deleted it. What I will do is look it up. Then we'll play it off the computer. Why do I hate when I do that. That's because I'm always doing 5,000 things at once. Let me see. I'll find it. It's important. Let me see. Representative Andy Biggs. You probably know what I'm gonna play in his speech. Here we go. Hold on. It's coming. Don't worry. Hold on. I swear. This is what I'm telling you. It's just a one-man band. You gotta be patient.
We're gonna show Nancy Pelosi the door very shortly. Don't let it hit you on the backside, Nancy.
This is what I'm telling you. It's just a one-man band. You gotta. Why is it?
Yeah,
wait.
She's losing the gavel but finding the hammer. We're gonna show Nancy.
I'm sorry,
Pelosi
something's
the
going
door
on. I'm getting an echo.
Very short. Too soon? Is that too soon? I didn't know. Don't let it hit you on the backside. We're gonna show Nancy Pelosi the door very shortly.
Hold on. Why is it? Is there an echo happening on the? Somebody on the chat can tell me. I had like a loop happening. No, and there's no echo? Okay. Something fucking weird is happening in my headphones. Let me play that again. I must have something on. That's what it is. I have the Twitch stream is playing in my ear. Okay. Well, anyway, he said, I'll just repeat what he said. We're going to show Nancy Pelosi the door. Something about the gavel. We're going to take away the gavel and give her the hammer. Ha 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 ha. And then the scumbag audience laughs. And he's like, too soon? You know, it's like they're the evil open mic. They're workshopping their depravity. That's a good one. Yeah, you got to use that one at the festival. What a piece of shit. Now, somebody, and the other day, I just want to ask, somebody show me a Democrat making a joke about violence against Republicans. Yeah, show me a Democrat, let's say, making a joke about anything. About, like, for example, the guy that showed up at Kavanaugh's house and then called the cops on himself, and the Republicans made such a big effing deal out of it. They were all on their social, wherever, on their propaganda outlets, screaming about both sides' violence, right? When it was actually, of course, this guy was just someone mentally ill, and it's not exactly an insurrection if somebody calls the cops on themselves and says, come get me, I'm over here at Kavanaugh's house. I feel I'm going to do something bad. But that's beside the point. What did the Democrats do? They helped the Republicans. They worked with the Republicans, and they passed extra security for the illegitimate Supreme Court assholes, the dishonorable, illegitimate, I like beer, Brett, Justice I like beer. That's really his name. And somebody show me any clip of Democrats laughing, making jokes about Steve Scalise. This is what they keep saying. Oh, it's the same thing. Everything's the same. Both sides, both sides. And in fact, Joe Scarborough on Morning Joe a couple of days ago said that I'm trying to remember how he put it. I think I tweeted about it because that's what I do in the morning. I don't know why I do this to myself. I wake up, I put on Morning Joe. Well, I make my coffee first. I wake up, I give the cats some food because they're annoying me for food. And I make myself a coffee. And I sit and I watch Morning Joe. And I go on Twitter and I respond to it like they care. I'm probably muted anyway from them. And the other thing, just as I'm looking for this, I just want to ask, and I wrote this on Twitter too, because I don't understand how, just the other day, I took a picture of this. Where is my phone? I don't follow these effing Republicans on Twitter, okay? I don't, and in fact, I usually mute them. If I want to see what they have to say, I go find them. I don't need them popping up on my fucking notifications. But all the time, I'm not kidding. And I've talked about this before. Like, I don't know what setting I have. I'm not asking to be notified of these Republican assholes. Look at this shit. This is my phone. I took a picture. All right. That's my picture of Tara Jr. on my phone. And it pops up like a notification. Joe Biden falls off the damn stage. What a clown. Shit like this all the time. Right-wingers. I don't follow Benny Johnson. Not at all. And in fact, I hit not interested. I muted Benny Johnson. I still get his notifications. How? Is it me? I mean, it could be me. I haven't figured out how the internet thingy works, the series of tubes. But the other thing is, I don't get notified about Democrats. Nothing like that pops up. I'm not, going about my business and then a Democrat pops in. It's never happens. I don't. What is it? You know what I mean? It's like Republicans constantly cry bias. But something is going on. They must be somehow paying for this shit to be pushed into people's fucking phones and shit. Right? It has to be something like that. They're paying for their shit to be like, whether you like it or not. Let me see. Hold on. It reminds me of something else. Diamond and Silk. The other, Louis Gohmert. He kind of said something like that too. Diamond and Silk. That's why I need a real producer. Here, look at this.
It's time to get rid of their immunity from liability for even fraud. You can't even sue them for fraud. I'm like, Diamond and Silk. They were telling me how they had paid in order to have their name come up more often. And not only did it not come up more often, an algorithm was used to send it to the bottom. That's called fraud. They took money from them under fraudulent circumstances. They can't even sue over that.
Oh, poor Diamond and Silk. But I guess that's what they're doing, right? They pay to have this filth at their lies, their fascism, their filth pushed onto people's phones when they don't. I'm just like, I'm trying to eat. You know what I mean? I don't need to see your your lies, Republicans, constantly. Like, can I get a minute, motherfuckers? Can I get a goddamn minute without one of these pricks popping up on my phone with some bullshit lie, some divisive bullshit? And the thing about that he tweeted, Joe Biden falls off the stage, and it's constant, the lies. No, Joe Biden did not fall off the stage. We know that. He was giving a speech, and there was something on the ground. It was like, oh, I almost tripped over that. Whatever. What fucking ever. And then that piece of shit tweets it out. Joe Biden almost fell off the stage. The lies. The fucking lies. It never stops. And I guess that's because they count on the stupidity of the people who watch them and vote for them. They know that they won't watch the video, or they'll just read the headline, and they'll be like, oh, Joe Biden fell off the stage. He didn't. Sickening. And that's why, we watch those fucking, I know the cursing is really bad tonight. Those goddamn focus groups, that's another thing. These corporate media mouthpieces kept shoving down our throats. These goddamn focus groups focusing on low information voters who was saying that, oh yeah, Joe Biden, the lights are on, but no one's home. Shit like that. When, shut the fuck up. Did we see I saw it tonight, his Joe Biden's press conference? Yet again. He does not have dementia. You could not do a press conference and have dementia. It would be obvious. I know. My father had dementia. There's no way I'd be like, okay, Dad, you just got to keep it together for this 2 hours here. They're going to be peppering you with questions, but you'll be able to fake it. It would not happen. He couldn't do it. Wouldn't be able to do it. And anyone who has to deal or had to deal with human beings with dementia, that. That's why it's so offensive too, because they can't fight. They can't fight with reality. They can't fight on policy. What are they going to say? That's why everything's a bullshit lie. They got to manufacture all kinds of fear. Oh, you're under attack. You're being stolen. Shit's being stolen. And then you go outside, it's like Mad Max. Right? And now, and your president they're falling. Oh, it's chaos. When they're the agents of chaos. Oh, I hate them. I can't take it. And the media. That's it. The corporate media enables it. And like, when we were talking about it, when they do their focus groups, why don't you stop them in their tracks, the person running the focus group, and say, I'm sorry, dum-dum. Joe Biden does not have dementia, bitch. Oh, I think so. I heard that. I heard it on the internet. And you see, oh, no. They're horrible. You see, look, here's Ted Cruz. I just went on. See, I don't fucking follow Ted Cruz, by the way. This is another example. I just went on Twitter, and there's Ted Cruz. My name is Beto. What is that in French? I don't know. Is that some play on words? Ha 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 ha. See, because that's a grown-ass man senator. And what is that supposed to be? It's because they have fucking nothing to offer. This is a grown-ass man Ted Cruz, a U.S. senator who is, you think that, okay. You think he's in government for altruism? The guy who fucks off to Cancun in the middle of a crisis. Oh, what was I supposed to do? Not fuck off to Cancun? You should know that you're the senator of the state. And when your state's in crisis and people are freezing because of the result, the consequences of Republican policies that can't keep the goddamn heat on because you suck, you got to deregulate and deregulate and deregulate until you deregulate yourself into a corner, right? Republicans, and then you go crying to mommy for help. The rest of us. Sick of it. And you fuck off to Cancun? Oh, gotta get out of here. I saw that airport that Ted Cruz was walking in. It wasn't a lot of people fucking off. Why didn't he invite the whole damn state? Hey, look, let's all go to Cancun on me. I got that buku check from the Mercer family. I could pay for everybody. It'll be fun. We're all the entire population of Texas. Let's fuck off to Cancun. Well, everybody who's sitting in the freezing cold. He couldn't even take his own dog. He left his fucking dog in the freezing cold. Who does that? Sociopath. Oh, but this is a grown-ass senator. All he is a podcaster. That's what they are. It's like Madison Cawthorn, right? Thank God he's gone. Let's hope that Lauren Boebert follows him. But he said it out openly. He said his entire budget for his congressional office was focused on comms, communications, because that's all you need. You don't need constituent services. You're not. Who's servicing? They serve you, right? Republicans, the people serve the Republicans. That's how it works in the Republican fascist world. It's kiss up, kick down. And, fuck off. Fuck off to Cancun when you can. If you can. Man of the people. That's Ted Cruz, the man of the people. Why is this dirtbag's Twitter popping up on my fucking Twitter feed? Like, at the top. I don't follow him. See? And I hit not interested all the time. Not interested. See, show fewer tweets. It happens. But I'll go back on Twitter. There it is. And I also get Lauren Boebert's popping up. I don't follow her either. Why are they doing that to me? And us? And it makes me wonder. Well, we know why. They buy it. They buy that kind of shit. All right, what was I doing? Yeah. Oh, so Joe Scarborough. He said that. Well, let me just find it. Let me see. He made a comment. And all right, I'll just try to remember it off the top of my head. He said, I'll have. He was trying to both sides the attack on Nancy Pelosi, and he said, I think that if Ted Cruz's wife were attacked, then I don't think that liberals he said there'd be more than a few liberals that wouldn't give a shit, something like that, and I was like, give us an example. Give us one example of liberals, cheering or making a joke about Steve Scalise, the attack on Steve Scalise. You won't find it. But they have to consistently and incessantly both sides everything. Right? And here's Russian meets, while we're here looking at Twitter together, as we should do as a community at all times, because we need each other. We need the emotional support. The Russian state TV was out of control, like our Russian state TV here, Fox News. They are all in for Republicans. And it's pretty incredible. When you have to, I mean, how much more proof do we need that the Republican Party, the entire Republican Party are the domestic terrorists the founders warned us about? They are the domestic enemy, the enemies from within the founders warned us about. They want Republicans in office. The Kremlin cheerleaders here's Julia Davis writes, Kremlin cheerleaders help Republicans win big in the midterms. Trump generates a lot of hatred in American society. The more they hate each other, the better it is for us. We trust and believe in the Republicans. Do we even have any other allies? This is coming right off of the out-of-state Russian state television. So, wouldn't that be a big red flag for anyone who isn't a traitor? When you're pleasing the enemies of democracy, aren't you on the wrong side? And then you got the nerve to go after Democrats as weak, soft on crime, right? We're all soft on crime, but who wants, the world's dictators want Republicans in office because they know it will be easy to control them, as if they aren't already controlled, and they know that they will fulfill the agenda of the anti-democratic dictators that hate democracy. I mean, playing perjury traitor Green. And I know this clip that they're playing. They're playing a clip of her saying, when the Republicans get the majority in the House, no more money. Oh, they have some translation there, or lower third, about no more money to Ukraine. And of course the Republicans are interfering in elections. We know this already. It's not a hoax. It's the goddamn truth. We know there are reports. There's a Senate report from both sides of the aisle that says that right there out in the open. This is why I can't take these fucking Republicans that are like, oh, it's a hoax. Even that guy we had on the show was saying, oh, it's not true. It's a complete hoax. And here's the Senate report that says the Russians interfered in the election, and they're continuing to do it. Of course they are. They know how stupid Republicans are. They know how easy it is to tickle their funny bones of racism and hatred, to turn them against their fellow Americans and cheer their own demise and vote for their own demise. Let me see, is this? It's in Russian.
Внутри Соединенных Штатов Америки, опять-таки в свете.
Well, whatever. Good Lord Jesus, so what we arrived at is that we hope and believe in the Republicans. That's right from Russian state TV. Republicans can hardly help us to retain the Kherson region or the city of Kherson. This is just some of the quotes of the pundits on Russian state television. It's incredible. But, might as well be Fox News, right? They have the same agenda. They say the same things. It's incredible. Yes, Eve in the chat. I'm seriously never been so freaked out about hammer jokes. It's not jokes. These they're dangerous. They're the domestic terrorists the founders warned us about. They're abhorrent. They are repugnant. And even before Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked, and let's make no mistake, the target of the attack was not Paul Pelosi. It was Nancy Pelosi. This guy wanted to murder the Speaker of the House. But we all remember Kevin McCarthy saying when he can't wait to get the gavel from Nancy, take the gavel from her. It'll be hard not to hit her with it. This is who they are. They're disgusting. They're unfit. And whoever votes for them, shame on you. Honestly, shame on you. I'm sick of you too. Oh, I'm fiscal. I don't believe in all that violence. I just like the fiscals. What fucking fiscal? They suck on that too. That's the other thing that the corporate media sucks at reporting. They're like, oh, the economy. The Democrats are going to get trounced because of the economy. Best economy since whatever the hell, right? Lowest lowest unemployment, all this other stuff. And, inflation. There's a worldwide inflation crisis. You know what Lauren Boebert from the bowling alley, Boebert, says to that? She says, well, it may be worldwide. The Democrats say that the inflation crisis is worldwide, but I live in the United States. That's what she says. We live here. Okay, bitch. What's your point? This is a worldwide problem. There's only so much we can do. What's your solution, Ms. Four-time failure from the GED dropout? GED dropout. No graduation day for you. GED dropout. Missed your fourth test and blew that too. It's so embarrassing. They're dangerous. Okay, here's here. Let me get this up. This Ohio man fatally shoots neighbor because he was a Democrat. Look at this shit. Ha 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 ha! It would be hard not to hit her with it. Fucking violent dirtbags. A Southwest Ohio man shot and killed his neighbor because he believed he was a Democrat. This was yesterday. Austin Gene Gibbs was taken into custody by Butler County Sheriff's deputies just before noon after the shooting was reported in Okina, and investigators found that Anthony Lee King dead from multiple gunshot wounds. My neighbor just shot my dad, the victim's son told dispatchers. He came over multiple times making statements. He's insane. Well, that's the Republican base. Oh, they're good guys. Both sides. They're just, they have policy differences. They're economically insecure. Yeah, they believe in democracy. They just think that they like the fiscals of the Republicans. The caller's mother sobbed in the background and told dispatchers the 43-year-old King had been cutting grass and doing yard work when she went inside, they skipped a word this is raw story. I don't know why. It's when she inside to let their dog out, And that's when she heard the gunshots, when she went inside. I looked in the backyard, and that man is walking away from my husband, and my husband is on the ground. The woman told dispatchers he has come over like 4 times confronting my husband because he thought he was a Democrat. Why? Please, I don't understand. The 26-year-old Combs was arrested a short time later while driving away from the scene with his father. Well, both sides. Maybe, I don't know, maybe he can get a call from Kyle Rittenhouse, the murderer, and Republicans can make him their next featured speaker at CPAC. Which I won't be surprised if that happens. These people are dirtbags. I was watching, that Kyle Rittenhouse, that murdering little fuck. I can't believe he's walking around, and he needs to be in therapy. He's a real dirtbag, but whatever. His mother should be in jail herself, but they should both be in jail, or prison. And I saw some other video of him, another angle I never saw of him shooting at his victims. And it's just incredible because the people they thought he was an active shooter, like one of these other filthy Republican armed madmen that go out and kill people for fun, because they can't get laid or some stupid fucking bullshit. And I don't know how anybody could let that fucking little murderer walk. He was attacked with a plastic bag. Somebody threw a plastic bag at him. Because, so you shoot them. And then you walk. What a goddamn system. And then the Republicans make you a hero. They turned him into a rock star. We saw those clips of him at one of these scumbag rallies of theirs, and they had all the graphics behind him and the fireworks and the sparks and shit coming out like it was at a Kiss concert. Incredible. And he meets Tucker Carlson backstage, and Tucker Carlson says, "I love your work. I love your work." What work? I love your murders? I loved you in that when you killed those guys. And then you tried to, well, it was 2. You were trying for 3. I love that the fake crying bit. Whiteboard tears, right? I love that. Unfucking real. God help us.
My plan is to get out of that situation and go back north down Sheridan Road to... There were 3 people right there.
Take a deep breath, Kyle.
That's what That's what I run.
Oh my God. Sorry to bring us to this place.
Anyway, you can just relax for a minute, sir.
Not a single tear, though. Not a single tear.
We're going to just take time for our break anyway. You can just relax for a minute, sir.
Not a single tear. I don't know. Anybody ever ugly cry? I know I have. No tears? Fucking bastards. Thank you, Richard W., for your super chat. Another great show, Tara. I can't. I'm sorry. I had to watch this again with you guys. I don't know why, but it's unreal. Of course, we know if the shoe was on the other foot, if it were normal, if somebody normal actually defending themselves against a mob of Trumpanzees, they'd probably be dead themselves, or at least behind bars for the rest of their lives or life. All right, we can take a break. Unreal. I know. Why are you doing this? We have election stuff. I am sorry. It just came up in my... What else are we were talking about the elections. I'm just saying, Republicans are goddamn dangerous. This happened yesterday, the day of the election. Ohio man fatally shoots neighbor because he thought he was a Democrat. Isn't that crazy? Now, why would that even go to that place? When did it become okay? When did it become open season on Democrats? It's because of Republicans. Because Republicans vilifying Democrats as everything but human beings. Right? You can't work with Democrats. There will be no working across the aisle because Democrats are evil, according to Republicans. How could you compromise with evil? You can't find common ground with evil. They're so full of... I hate them. Like everything about them. Everything about them. Even right before I went on air, there was this one of these other fucking Republicans on Twitter who was saying, "Oh, God help us. God help us," because in many states, of course, abortion was on the ballot, and the American people chose to have autonomy over their body and didn't want the choice to be between a woman, her doctor, and a local political leaders. Fucking unbelievable. Could you? Oh my God. Because freedom. Republicans, they love freedom. They love small government, but they want to force women to carry a pregnancy, no matter what. And so, and they're actually not pro-life, as we go over every week. And I don't know why. I wish the Democrats would listen to the show and get a grip. Take back this pro-life moniker, because it doesn't belong to the Republicans. They're not pro-life. Democrats are pro-life. If you don't like abortion, then you would promote living wages, health care for all, stuff that actually reduces the abortion rate. All that Republicans do is not only do they increase the amount of abortions, they kill women. So one of these right-wing, one of these fascists tweeted out, "Oh, God, pray for us. Pray for us all. God help us. Because abortion, Democrats solidified abortion. Now you can kill your baby one day up to their birth. You could just kill your baby a day before birth." And that is not a thing. We know that. I'm sick of them saying it, of course. But I'm also equally sick of them no one pushing back on it. People do say, of course, this isn't a thing, but how is it even out there? How do Republicans, how do they claim this pro-life mantle when they're not pro-life? But the thing is, it's the saying that, women can just kill their babies a day before the birth and say, "Oh, kill it, fuck it, kill it, I hate it, get it out of me, kill it." It betrays a misogyny that is is just astounding, frankly. It says, because what that says is that they hate women so much. And the underlying message is that women are evil. They can't be trusted. And look at that. They will kill their baby a day before the birthday. Some of them will be like, fuck it, kill it. That never happens. It is not a thing. And the reality is, if a woman has to have a late-term abortion, it is because there's something wrong. There's something wrong with the fetus. There's something wrong with the mother. It's a tragedy, usually. And we know that there are now instances of women. Let me see. I heard this, but I didn't look it up. Republican woman forced to carry dead fetus. Yeah. See? This is going to keep happening. Let's see. Woman says this is not there's something newer. There's another story. Woman says she carried a dead fetus for 2 weeks after the Texas abortion ban. There was another story about a woman who had to carry a dead fetus, and that's not healthy for you. You know, you're carrying something dead that is decomposing inside you, and it will kill you. What are you gonna do? Republicans want you to, I don't know, I guess pray to Jesus and he'll fix it. But it really is about hatred of women, and because that's what it is. You know, if you think that a woman is that callous and that evil, so she carries a pregnancy to term, and then the day before the birth, you know, the due date, she's like, fuck it, kill it. No, it is not a thing. But it's so outrageous and so offensive, and that's what Republicans want. You know what I mean? They want their dumbasses to be like, oh, it's horrible, and that's why they must remove the decision from the woman, because the woman is evil. She can't be trusted with her own body, because look at what she'll do. She's such an evil bitch inside. She's a horrible demon that she might on a whim, you know, be like, fuck it. Maybe her hormones go out of whack one day, and she's like, kill it. But they can't. Well, give me an example. There's no examples. It's always some tragedy. It's always something that is none of their business. None of these fucking Republicans' business. That's for sure. Nobody in this tragedy wants Ted Cruz. They want the local political leaders. Yeah, that works out real well in Afghanistan, doesn't it? A woman's choices. What should the woman do? It should be between the woman, her father, a male, some kind of male family member, and the local political leaders. Yeah, like the woman has a goddamn say. That's the biggest lie on top of the lies. Dr. Oz, Magic Beans Oz had to say, like, as if once you get to the point where your choices involve a doctor and local political leaders, where's the woman in that equation? Because last I looked, over 70% of women and men, humans in general, want your big Republican noses out of the doctor's office. But there's no consulting women then. It's just the filthy Republicans. They want to make you have a baby and then fuck off to Cancun to do their podcasts where, in a nice warm sun. Mamma mia. Mamma mia. Mamma mia, mamma mia. What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, let's see what's going on with Lauren. Almost like beating Boebert. Bam, ba-na-na-na. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. And it's almost like beating Boebert. Dun, 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 dun. Let me see. We better win. We better win the Senate. It's still out. You know what I'm saying? It's still out. All the music. Who votes for Lauren Boebert? She's so horrible. They're all horrible people. The worst human beings on the planet that raise horrible people, make people more horrible. They never challenge the people they pretend to represent they never challenge them to be decent people, right? They just challenge them to be violent thugs who hate other people. Is she gonna lose though? Let me see. I'm looking up. I'm just going on Twitter. Lauren Boebert. Come on, Lauren. Get out of here. Go back to OnlyFans. Boebert. Who voted for her anyway? She's horrible. I'm just looking for something the latest, but I can't find it. What are the latest lates? The latest. Let's see. Lauren Boebert. No, that's Twitter. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Come on. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look at the 90. Oh my God. What? 99% of District 3 reporting. Adam Frisch. I can't believe it. What? 156,746 votes. Lauren Boebert. 156,682 votes. That is more votes for the Democrat. How many? What? What? Are you kidding me? No way. Come on, 99%, please. Make it 100. Make it 100. Where are you looking? The U.S. House? Oh, no. 1 minute ago, somebody tweeted, it's happening. Lauren Boebert is down by 116 votes with 1% left to report. What? Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Where are my cats? All right, you stay there. He's sleeping. What? Is this? That is great. No. Somebody said no. Lauren Boebert has just taken the lead. No. Yes. No, she hasn't. Up by 30. What? No. I can't handle it. No. No. Let me see. Congress. Where would we look for that? No. No. I will not hear of it. I will not hear that she will what? Let's see. U.S. House. Colorado. Where's District 3? Colorado Springs. Come on. I can't find it. I'm looking. Hold on. You can come along for the ride. I'm looking here. Let's see. Don't tell me. Please. Don't tease me like this, world. Oh! What? Look at that. 99% of reporting has the Democrat in the lead. Somebody buy a lottery ticket for me. All the music of life seems to be. Yes, I know. House and Senate are still up for grabs. I know. It's very depressing. Well, we'll probably win Arizona. I hope that the Nevada is a win, and that would be great because I think we will win the Georgia runoff. We will. We will. We will. We will. We will. We won it before. We'll win it again. And somebody on one of these pundits was explaining why it's if the runoff favors Warnock for I don't remember how they put it, but that's good. Music of life seems to be. And here's Carrie Lake. Let's see. Has she gone down yet? Legally and peacefully?
We had a big day today, and don't let those cheaters and crooks think anything different. Don't let.
You see, they can't function in a democracy. And here comes Tara Jr. to second that emotion. Get up here. Come on. You pain in my ass.
Doubt. Don't let them put doubt in you. If we have to fight through the BS and the garbage, then we will fight through the BS and the garbage. But how do you get fair and free elections? You have to fight and win to make them fair and free. And we needed another stark reminder that we have incompetent people running the show in Arizona.
It's incredible. Aren't they embarrassed for themselves? We have incompetent people. It's only competent if I win.
Who is ready for a change?
Oh, shut up. She's so... Ugh. They all suck. And then you have this, of course, the orange asshole. Classic.
You've endorsed more than 330 candidates this election cycle. Tonight, win or lose, the results for Republicans, how much of that will be because of Donald Trump?
Well, I think if they win, I should get all the credit. And if they lose, I should not be blamed at all. Okay? But it'll probably be just the opposite.
Yeah, you're such a victim.
When they win, I think they're going to do very well. I'll probably be given very little credit, even though in many cases I told people to run. And they ran, and they turned out to be very good candidates. They've turned out to be very good candidates.
Oh, you're the best. You're the greatest.
Usually what would happen is when they do well, I won't be given any credit.
Oh,
and
what a shame.
If they do badly, they will blame everything on me. So I'm prepared
you're
for anything,
such a
but we'll defend ourselves.
You're a fucking victim. How do you stand it? Where the whole world is picking on you constantly. How is it so? It's so unfair. You've always been treated so terribly unfairly. What a martyr you are. You really are an inspiration for the rest of the world, the other douchebags in the world who blame everything on everybody else but themselves. You're a real model for this party of personal responsibility that takes absolutely no responsibility for anything. Oh, God. Yes, of course. I will never. If I win, it's all me, and if we lose, it's not. I have nothing to do with it. People will still vote for that. Oh no! There could be a recount in Colorado. That's what she'll do. Yeah, in Colorado, she won't concede. She'll fight it. And hopefully there'll be, when there's a recount, what happened with Joe Biden will happen with, in this race. Joe Biden actually picked up more votes in the recounts. So, right, Junior? You little bastard. Look at my cat. Look at him. Look how cute he is. Look at his eyes. Look at his beautiful eyes. He's always screaming at me. He's very loud. He purrs like a machine. He's a purring machine. Where am I getting the 90%? It's on the internet. It's on Google. Congressional vote count from the Associated Press, with 99% reporting the Democrat leads in Colorado District 3 by 100 votes, something like that. 100 and something votes. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for thee, me, and from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I could tell I was Who knows this song? I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love. It's a Judy Garland song. I love Judy. I don't know if you know that about me. I'm a big Judy Garland fan. Oh, you know it. You know it. You know it, Junior. Almost. All right. What was I going to play now? Hold on, you pain in my ass, Junior. Oh, here's the other thing I can't stand about Republicans. Now, Kevin McCarthy. I just can't stand them. They're so phony. Listen to him. I don't know what it is. He's so fake.
The American people are ready for a majority that will offer a new direction,
whoop, whoop.
That will put America back on track. Republicans are ready to deliver it. It's a new direction towards an economy that is strong, where you can fill up your tank.
And how would you do these magical things? With magic beans, perhaps? With Dr. Oz's acne cure? I always remember there was an episode of Dr. Oz where he examined people's shit. I never watched the show, but I saw clips of it on like The Daily Show or something, where he asked some of the audience, who has to poop? Isn't this disgusting? I'm sorry to talk about it. And he, I guess they gave him permission to examine the poop. Isn't that disgusting? And, what kind of poop was it? They had to describe it on national television. Now, what a freak. That's entertainment. And that dirtbag, that puppy-killing bastard, was dragged in front of Congress for selling all kinds of bullshit to the American people. But it's fitting for Republicans. They have a con man as a standard bearer, and their entire party they're all a bunch of grifters. They're not out there trying to make the world safe for democracy, or even make the country safe for democracy, of course. They're not trying to help anybody. They're not in it because I want to help people. I want to help my country. They're in it for themselves. And it says everything about Dr. Oz, that he got on national television and sold magic beans. All kinds of bullshit that separated people from their money with fake, false promises of easy cures, quick cures. But wasn't just Dr. Oz. They all do it. You don't see Democrats doing that. They don't leave office and start cutting ED commercials or hawking cinnamon diabetes cures. That's why I can't get it. I don't get it. I don't get, like, for example, Ron Johnson. How did he get reelected? You know, the guy who said that COVID could be cured by mouthwash and other stupid things. I can't take it. But I don't understand, as far as Kevin McCarthy, who votes for him? And he's such a fake. All right, Junior, come on, man. Stop. He's such a pain in my ass. It's like, it's his time now, something like that. Now I must stop everything and pet him.
Where your paychecks grow and not shrink.
Oh, yes. Where you could fly.
American people are
where you can, do the boogie woogie bugle boy dance like any ballerina. Where you can run like the wind. Where you can fly. Where in your dreams, you could be anything you want in your dreams. You could go to the moon. You could go to Mars. Americans are ready for it. This is the kind of world we, Republicans, are gonna make. Where you can, get gas. And there's a magic bean cure for it. Where your farts smell like Febreze. Instead of whatever you had for dinner at Mara Moron last night. This is the world that the Republicans are ready for. And it's you, America, are you with us?
It's a new direction towards an economy that is strong.
Yes, not like the one that we have now, which is it's in the pits. Like when Obama handed an economy on the rise to that orange tax cheating, draft dodging, dictator envying con man with the fake university and the vitamin scam, and he went around telling everybody it was American carnage. So we're going to take this Joe Biden economy, which is the best since whatever, I don't know, records, lowest unemployment and all this other shit that everybody talks about. But we're going to make it. It's American carnage. We're ready to move beyond the horrors of all this prosperity.
You can fill up your tank, feed your family.
No, we can't. You can't. You could feed your family on magic beans. And if you can't feed your family, you can go starve. That's the way we want it.
Paychecks grow and not shrink.
Grow and not... Well, that's what Joe Biden's doing. In fact, I just read a thing. Let's see. Paychecks are growing. Right? Yeah. But, paycheck to pay. The American people still live paycheck to paycheck. But that's not a Joe Biden thing. That's an American thing. Yeah, paychecks are growing. The Social Security is going to get its first cost of living increase in how many years? But Republicans want to sunset it. If Republicans get in charge after they hit Nancy Pelosi over the head with that hammer, they will attack your Social Security and turn it into a welfare plan. That's the promise where you can feed your family on magic beans and gas. God help us. All right, let's check back in. Let me see. Lauren Boebert. Let's see. What did I look up? Lauren Boebert. Congress vote count. Lee ba beep ba boo. La da da doo. La 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 la. It still says, let's see, 99% reporting. Oh shit. No. Oh, did it? Oh, I thought that she broke out. No, she's still 99% reporting. The Democrat still leads. It's 50-50. Beep 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 boo. All right, Junior. All right, let me see. I think I might have to hang up the show for tonight. This cat's getting on my nerves. And he's biting me. I saw this today on MSNBC.
And Yamiche, as you saw on the ground there, and in a number of states, Cecile, abortion, according to the exit polls, that was close behind inflation as the top issue, far outdistancing crime, which was getting so much attention in the media.
Honey, bitch, you are the media. It was getting so much attention. Where did it come from? The reality far outstripped the bullshit that was coming out of our mouths incessantly, like a rake on a chalkboard, pounding and pounding and pounding, that we kept pounding and pounding and pounding it. What's that about? We kept saying that nobody cares about abortion anymore. Nobody cares about a woman, being a full and functioning autonomous human anymore because gas prices and inflation. What do you think? By the media? I love how this is what's been going on all day. They've been distancing themselves, not saying like, well, I've been one of those people saying, repeating the bullshit. Because they'll learn nothing and they'll continue to do it. Yeah, I think, let me see this is from...
Popular QAnon congressperson in MAGA. What if she goes, what if she loses? And what job will she have? Because I don't even think shooters exist anymore.
No, they're not talking about. They're talking about Boebert. Yeah. Well, what do you think? There's Steve Schmidt. Let's see what he says.
We're going to keep the midterm election conversation going. Let's get to the Warning newsletter author and political strategist, Steve Schmidt. Steve, it's great to have you on. You have been very critical of the current state of the Republican Party, especially some of those more extreme right MAGA candidates. Yesterday was supposed to be a red wave. That was how the party had set this up. What happened?
Well, obviously, it was a red drizzle, and we see a rejection of a lot of these extremist candidates out over the country. But I think more fundamentally, American politics was broken the day before the election, and it remains broken the day after the election. We will have very, very close majorities. We have a broken system, but I think that there are a couple of big things that came out of yesterday. One, Ron DeSantis is the Republican frontrunner for the nomination.
Jesus, help us.
Trump is bleeding within the Republican Party, and he will have to fight. It will be a losing battle, but that fight between DeSantis and Trump will play out over the next months, and it will be intense. But Ron DeSantis will win that fight. 7 years into the Donald Trump era, that its ending is very, very clear. The second thing that happened, you talked in the last segment about Tim Ryan in Ohio, which is where I am right now, and was with him yesterday. This was the best run campaign in the country. He was defeated, but a profoundly important moment occurs in the concession speech where Tim Ryan says, "It is my privilege to concede this election as the Democratic nominee for the U.S. Senate to my opponent, Senator-elect J.D. Vance, because this is how the United States works and functions." And so that was a profoundly important moment, and all over social media, you're seeing the response of normal people out all over the country to this. I think, lastly, coming into 2024, there were a lot of media commentators talking about how we were fated as a country to have a Biden-Trump rematch. There is no one in this country that wants that. I think most people would view that as a national catastrophe. So we are at the edge, I believe, of generational change in this country, a lot of turbulence ahead in the politics. And what we see is a very closely divided country once again. And once again, also, as your previous contributors noted, the polling was completely broken.
But they kept, they'll keep using it. They'll keep doing it. That's going to be, they're still going to continue to build all of their segments, the entire, I don't know, from wall to wall coverage every single day is polls.
And will remain so heading into the next election.
Yeah, I'm glad you noted Tim Ryan's comments there. You know, we also heard from candidates like Val Demings over in Florida who said
as opposed to Tim Ryan, you get all the other Republicans that have no grace at all, that are not unifiers. They divide. So as far as Ron DeSantis, like I said, he's a far more cunning fascist, but he's disgusting too. Will he be harder to beat? I think he will be. He'll be harder to beat than Trump. And we didn't beat him the first time. But that was a different story. We did beat him. He received fewer votes, but, you know. Anyway. All right, guys. I'm going to go lay down and pet my cat, Tara Jr. Because that's what he wants. And he's the boss. He signs the checks around here in Tarabuster Studios. So, see? He's like a very demanding boss, too. All right, listen. Thank you, Jim. And thank you, Richard W., for keeping the show going tonight. And thank you, APS Radio News, for hosting the show over at the APS Radio News website. Yes, the producer for president. I'd vote for him. We would all vote for him. He's earned it. So, all right. Well, we will definitely have a show on Friday. It's already Wednesday. I can't believe it. Oh, my God. Let's keep praying that Lauren Boebert goes back to the bowling alley. Well, she couldn't go back because she's been banned, but let's send her back to the OnlyFans page. That's a good idea. And I don't know. No way Trump is running, Eve says on the chat. I don't think that's true. I think he doesn't care what the Republican Party needs. He wants. Well, maybe I'm wrong though. Now that I'm saying this out loud, well, of course he doesn't care what the Republican Party needs. He will destroy the Republican Party. This is how I don't know. I'm of two minds now, because I know that if he declares for a run for president, they won't pay his legal bills, and they are buku bucks and mounting. And he's a greedy little petty little grifter, and that's all that matters to him is money. And and also not taking other people's money. That's all he cares about, because he's not rich. He's not as rich as he says he is. That's why he can't show his taxes. And isn't it curious, because he's fighting in court not to have his taxes released, after saying for years he will release them after they're out from under this audit. That's the longest ass audit. But in all of the filings that are asking not to show his tax returns, not one mention of this audit. Right? Not one mention. It's so bizarre how Republicans will say that one thing in front of everybody, and then when they get into court where it actually matters, where you can't lie and get away with it. With lying, it's not like on Fox News. You have to have proof. You have to back it up. You can't just lie. And all the lies, they never present. All of these, what happened, like when they went to court, there's none of them said anything about this Italian light switch server flipping votes, or, all the fucking stupid stupidities they told the idiots who believe them. And now we have to live in a world where Republicans are like, people are concerned. They have concerns. Sort of like how they're concerned that Joe Biden has dementia. I don't know where they're getting that from. It's weird. Oh, I hate them. I just can't take it anymore. And yeah. Not one. It didn't even. No one on the corporate media says that, right? They don't mention that. They say Trump is gone. He's going to the Supreme Court, so he doesn't have to show his tax returns. Why instead of showing, let's go to a poll now? Why don't they say, well, not a single mention of this audit? But anyway, so as far as DeSantis is concerned, he's a far more cunning fascist, but Trump, see, the way I'm of two minds. I think, Trump needs to have his free ride from the Republican Party, the dumbasses who are paying for his legal bills, but I think that if they go with DeSantis, because Trump is a petty little tyrant, and he feels like they owe him something. So, especially DeSantis, who is a piece of shit, by the way. I don't know if you realize that. And Trump was the one who endorsed him and gave him his start, right? And we played that commercial of DeSantis, his build a wall, reading to his little brat. Very disgusting. So he hates DeSantis, and he will not stand aside for him. And I believe that Trump would rather burn the entire Republican Party down then allow them to choose DeSantis. Do you know what I mean? It's like if I can't have you, nobody else can. And I think that's what he'll do, and it will be great. He will, ironically, at that point, make America great again by destroying the Republican Party. Isn't that amazing? I just hope I see it. Please, District 3. Let's see what's happening in District 3 before we go. Colorado's District 3, U.S. House. Boom, boom, boom. It still says 99% reporting. And she's still down. She's down. Boom. All right. Listen up. Listen. And that'll be great, right? Thank you. Yes, Winston says, I agree, Tara. Yeah, it's going to be fun no matter what. That's going to be fun. Yes. Because they will have to do something. Maybe he'll step aside if they agree to pay him off somehow, you know? It will involve somehow, you know, him getting fleeced. Or not fleeced, him fleecing the dumbasses who are stupid enough to send whatever part of their Social Security check to the Republican Party. Oh, and yeah, the other thing, before I go, again, there's another, I was listening to that podcast that I've been recommending, the American History Hit podcast, which is really good. And they had on the guy who runs, I got to get the guy's name so I can give him credit, but they had an author on who wrote a book recently called Becoming FDR. And on this recommendation, I listened to this book. I listen to a lot of books on tape while I'm working and doing other things. And anyway, so it's a very interesting book about FDR's early years and the New Deal and such. And it talks about him getting polio and how he went to Warm Springs to find some kind of help, and it did help him to a degree. And he bought Warm Springs so he could open it up to everybody. And when they came to Warm Springs, and this is a guy who he got polio. FDR he contracted polio at the age of 39, so he was already he's a rising star in the Democratic Party, and his whole identity was built around being young and virile and good looking and whatnot. So this completely flipped everything, all of his plans on their head. So now, and he was always, he was taught by his parents to be, of course they were in part of the American aristocracy, but he was taught to, or his parents drummed into his upbringing, helping others is an obligation. And so anyway, to make a long story short, he also, so he invited other polio sufferers to Warm Springs, and he was really involved in their care. And the guy who wrote this book said that he had the privilege of going through a lot of the records of those who stayed there, and it was surprised to see that in these charts there were notes, and they were handwritten notes from FDR measuring someone's muscle and tracking their progress and saying, oh, their muscle, he gained a quarter inch in muscle mass or whatnot. And it was really that involved in the care of those who came to Warm Springs for help. And it was really touching too, because I thought, and also sad, because I thought, what, could you imagine Trump doing something like that, or any Republican giving a shit that much about other people that they would buy this facility and open it up to the public, so they and then be so involved in somebody else's care. It's just so it's sad, because the Republicans, what have they done to this country? It's even worse. It's worse than we think, because they have poisoned the soul of the American people, turning people so against each other, every man and woman for themselves, right? You're on your own. Let them die. I always remember that. Republicans yelling. What do you do if this is during the Obamacare debates? What would you do if someone shows up at the hospital and they have no insurance? They're in a bad accident or whatever. They have no insurance. The Republicans in the audience scream, "Let them die." And it's just so sad that, we deserve better. We fucking deserve better. And there are better people. And they give us Carrie Lake. They give us Marco Rubio. They give us, pick any one of them. Herschel Walker. What a disgrace. Really. And they vilify people like FDR. It's sort of like Jimmy Carter, a decent person. FDR, we are still living in FDR's world. People are still, all these filthy Republicans that are like, oh, communism. They're living above the poverty line because of FDR. And Republicans are trying to destroy it. Destroy FDR's legacy. They've always hated the common good. They've always hated the general welfare. They hate e pluribus unum. But that's the national motto the founders gave us. Not in God we trust. Do you notice that's what Republicans have done? They if you go on Twitter or anywhere else, they spread this lie that the national motto is "In God we trust." Of course, that's easily debunked. But they know that the Republicans, the dumbasses who vote for them, won't do a simple Google search. And if they did, they would just dismiss it. Oh, no, it's "In God we trust." Please, I wish. That's another story. All right, we'll get back into it on Friday at 8:30-ish p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Hopefully, Lauren, banned from the bowling alley Boebert, will be gone, back to the bowling alley or maybe a bowling alley she wasn't banned from. I don't know. All right. Yeah, I gotta go lay down. Guys, thank you. Remember to check out APS Radio News and Rokfin. This show is on Rokfin, on everywhere else. If you can, please become a patron at patreon.com/Tara Devlin. That'll keep the show going and growing, so we can hang out. We can continue to hang out until they, till I go to sleep forever, for a long, long time. All right, guys. My name is Tara Devlin. Not a bad gathering. I was hoping for a good. Yeah, that's why I was like, got to do a show on Wednesday, because I didn't know what kind of situation we'd be up against. That's what I could ask for a better situation, but it's pretty damn good. It will be a lot better when we win the Senate and hopefully hold on to the House. That'd be great. But at least it would be great if we can get rid of that Lauren Boebert. What a joke. What an effing joke. It's an embarrassment. Aren't you embarrassed? Remember that picture of her with the guns? She's oh my God. Wait, Lauren. What a pig. No offense to pigs. Legal and peacefully, I mean. Oh, just a sick person. Lauren Boebert. When she was on that Zoom call, apparently. Here it is. What a joke. Uh-oh. Now I'm getting a beach ball. Oh, here we go. Yeah, I'm here. I want to talk to you about the policies of the 3rd District of Colorado. Nothing behind me. No, nothing to see here. I'm just here to make the world a better place. What a joke. And you know what she did. She's like, oh, honey, I have a meeting with these evil Democrats and all my Republican patriots on Zoom as a newly elected House member. And get all the guns you got and pile them up behind us, because that'll really trigger the libs. Because libs hate guns. They want to take our freedoms, like the freedom to shoot somebody who throws a plastic bag at you. Shoot them dead. I know. What a vile human being. Get a real hobby, right? Go get a real fucking hobby. That's how you spend your life. What a small world, a tiny little fearful world you live in. And think about her, and think about somebody like FDR. They're not even in the same universe. Could you imagine? What would FDR say about her? He would be appalled. Be like, are you kidding me? Colorado? Are you kidding me? This is what you do. And then you get power in the government that in the constitutionally limited democratic republic that the founders overthrew an intergenerational aristocracy and monarchy to create, inspired by the liberal age of enlightenment. And enlightenment, enlightenment and schlightenment. Where's my guns? Pew, 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 pew. I'm gonna shoot. Where do you fucking live? What is this, The Walking Dead? You live in The Walking Dead. No, she's gonna shoot her neighbor's mailbox and shit like that. Her neighbor's dog. All right. Yes, she's very pointy, but... All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out. And, yeah, my name is Tara Devlin. We will win. We will. Why? Because we're on the right side of history. That's for sure. Yes, they are sociopaths, Terry. Yes, they are. We're on the right side of decency, dignity, and democracy. Thank you so much for hanging out. My name is Tara Devlin, and I will see you on Friday night. Don't get banned from the bowling alley. I know you won't.